Oh, yes, yes, yes. My bad. I'm 2 minutes late. Setting up. You already know what I'm doing. You already know what I'm doing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hold up, because I don't know if they're gonna stop my video and like mute it off the rip. You dig? Man, this is made in the 1980s. We are about to go out. Oh, hey, my future wife is here. Um, did you try to answer for this?
No signal, no signal. You want me to go get it?
Yeah, if you can.
You want what did you want?
Whatever you said.
You want both or just one of it? One.
It don't matter.
You called me your wife.
Oh God.
Okay.
Man. Please don't break your HDMI.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
So hey, look, check it out. Man, made in the 1980s. I'm sorry, it's been a crazy week. It's been a really crazy week. But I finally caught up on the hip hop madness. I closed the last 2 nights. I got a lot to say about the workforce of today and a lot of the people, the young people that are in it. But man, we talking hip hop right now. We talking hip hop. You can tell from the title. I don't know if Jones is paying attention, but I'm sure he'll enjoy this. This will probably be, he's probably gonna think I'm trolling. He'll probably think something crazy. Sorry, I sound a little hoarse. Screamed on a couple people this week. Because they deserved it. Don't ever disrespect me. But outside of that, man, let's talk about it, man. Listen, it's May 1st. It's gonna be May. And we got the official diss track, the first response. Have you, or I don't know, second response. I don't know how you're weighing all of this, but response from Kendrick Lamar finally in. Sorry, let me fix my mic because I know I sound terrible and I apologize, but no way was I going to get on this my platform made in the 1980s and not talk about this track, not talk about what the track means, what the track is doing, even though I'm not necessarily outside to any degree. I'm outside working. I'm outside getting a few dollars. But man, Kendrick drops Euphoria. I have a couple thoughts on this. And I'm going to keep it so real with y'all on so many different levels. And I appreciate everybody that's been popping in and out real quick. You know what I'm saying? I greatly appreciate that. Euphoria. Let me start by saying this. I heard a lot of indifferent and maybe even negative feedback on how the track starts. And I am one of the main people that cannot stand the way a lot of Kendrick verses start, right? But man, when I tell you this, him starting on the Teddy P joint, just the melody, no drums, no nothing. I thought that was nothing short of phenomenal. Okay. Now check it out. Again, not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan in the world, but the way he starts off Euphoria to me is super hard. Super hard. I super mess with the way this starts. Why do I mess with the way it starts? Because he starts just rapping over Teddy Pendergrass, my latest and greatest inspiration. Even that in my mind is like, oh, this is okay. And the thing is, even though he had a really calm, but just like intricate flow, because I think Kendrick is a master of flows, of many flows. I don't think he bars up that much, but he is a master of flows. I'm sorry, I sound terrible. So with that, right? He starts it off very intricate, very detailed flow. And the things he's saying about himself compared to Drake and how, you know, the star is starting the downward spiral and just become unglued, right? I thought that was dope. I'm probably one of the very few people in the world that felt like he could have did the whole joint to that sample And I would have probably still loved this. I look at it from this perspective. See, one, I'm a guy that loves people that rap to melodies. Sometimes the best raps don't have drums to them. I used to like to rap to like just melodies. I think they hit harder and they give you more room to play with when you're not trying to catch a beat. So the fact that he did that was super dope to me. And then the beat drops. Well, the first beat, because it's like 4 beats that drop. Long story shorter, I think every single beat Kendrick picked was hard. I like the way that he kind of speeds up his flow, but also gets more detailed and a lot of the things that we just know about Drake. Man, dare I say again, hey, listen, Jones and whoever else y'all got me. Kendrick Lamar's lyrical slider is higher than I thought officially. It's higher than I thought officially with this Euphoria track. The Parkinson scheme, the dementia Parkinson scheme, that was crazy. I was like, okay, I personally did not think Kendrick Lamar was capable of doing something that clever. I didn't. I love the YNW melody scheme with the friends and all of that. I like that. The calling of the carpet to Drake's Gangster as well as Chubbs and Diddy, and I like all of that makes sense for so many different reasons. And I'll be honest, even though I do respect Kendrick's storytelling and wordplay, I've never heard him really put together these type of metaphors, similes, analogies. And I was flat out impressed, bro. Flat out, very impressed with the showing here. And I love how the beats. I love how he just on some just DMX stuff. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the chicks you deal with. Like, hey, you know what's just happening? Just hey, look, I hate dude. Like, I hate everything about dude. I don't like nothing he doing. I like that. I like that. I think that is needed in the grand scheme of just rap music. And like, like everybody was so in, I don't know, they felt the way that last decade, everybody went out of their way to say how much they liked each other and how much, everybody get along and how everybody's cool and this, that, and the third, right? Finally, Kendrick Lamar was like, nah, it's all a facade. I hate these niggas. I hate Drake. Now he sounds like the people on Twitter, because I'm never calling it X, and on Instagram and all the other social platforms. Kendrick is speaking for, again, I don't think it's the majority, but he's speaking for a very large population that's been wanting change since Best I Ever Had dropped. You know what I'm saying? If not Best I Ever Had, definitely since Hotline Bling. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the audience got fed. I think the anti-Drake audience got fed, and I think they got more than what they even expected. We were in a space where diss tracks were not that great from anybody, and it made for a back-to-back to just accelerate. When back-to-back had dropped back then, when him and Meek were going back and forth, people were starting to call that a top 2 or top 3 diss track of all time. And I was like, back-to-back? Nah, I won't go that far. I was like, it was dope. It was a dope moment, a great song and what have you, but I didn't have it that high. But I think the bar was touching near hell before, because we heard so many people just hop on records, calling people names, spitting the hot 16 or maybe something like that. And that's all you really got from it. I think personally that Euphoria ups the ante. You know what I mean? I think it ups the ante on how to diss people and how to really take it virtually anywhere, but then kind of leave it open-ended. right? I love the fact that Kendrick was like, yo, I'll diss you just because you diss for Pharrell. Like, yo, I think that's dope. Hey, look, I got the Neptunes in my top 3 to 5 producers of all time. So yeah, dissing Drake just because he dissed Pharrell makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me. Um, I like a lot about this record. 6 minutes. We not doing the lyric breakdown. Not with my voice sounding like this. I sound crazy, but I wasn't about to let the time go. The track has been out 24 hours. You don't need my instant reaction. I like to sit with records. I like to listen to them. I like to really listen to rap music. I'm a lyric listener first. There were so many things I've caught in the first 3 times that I listened to it. I listened to it twice on the way home. I listened to it right before I even got on this live. No, that Kendrick is hard. That Kendrick is hard, man. Dare I say, I had Kendrick messed up. I didn't think he was able to rap that clever and impressed. But hey, I was wrong. I was wrong because he got busy. Here's my thing, though. Maybe y'all can help me out with this, right? It seems that now in the 2020s, we are in a space where, rap battles don't hurt careers like they used to, right? And I say that because even as this heats up, and obviously, Kendrick Lamar has made it a point to hey, look, nah, this ain't going down. F, dude. I didn't hear that diss and think, oh man, it's over for Drake. I didn't hear that diss and think, oh man, there's no way he can respond to this. I didn't hear that and be like, oh man, it's over. It's just kind of like, it's just good rapping versus good rapping. And the thing is, what's so interesting is one of them, eventually somebody does have to up the ante, and not on no street stuff, but just on the rap ante. There's so many threats that get tossed out in diss tracks now, but it's not the threats that I grew up on. I grew up on the threats of, yo, I'll beat you up, I hit your girl, I slap your moms, I'll beat your brother up. Just people were threatened with violence. These guys are threatening to expose each other's secrets or whatever they know from them trying to get to the top, right? And Drake is at the top of the top. He is the biggest rap star in the world, whether you want to consider him that or not. He is. He's not the top of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He's not the top of hip hop, but he is the biggest rap superstar in the world. That is a thing, and he is that. Kendrick Lamar, a superstar in his own right, but only the superstar that he allows himself to be. Both of these gentlemen are 2 of the biggest stars of last decade. They're 2 of the biggest stars of this generation that currently sits. Actually the last generation, because a lot of the young people in their high school, early college, they look at Kendrick and Drake and even Cole as like OGs. Like, yo, this is their Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. This is their Pac, and you know what I mean, and Snoop, Drake. But as I listen to these disses, Drake taking the approach of, nah, hey, put out that garbage. Put out the stuff you've been saying about me. Go ahead and throw it out there. And then Kendrick is like, I'm going to rap. I'm going to rap really well about how much I just don't like you in general. And both of these gentlemen are tempting the threat of, this is the convo I want to say. What up, LP? What up, man? Man, I'm sorry, my voice sounds terrible, man, but we here. I couldn't let 2 days go by. I don't want the content to get old. I want to have a lot of things fresh in my mind. So we got to talk about this right now. You dig? So, and like I was saying, right? So many people have heard these tracks, and it's like, yes, Kendrick, put out that garbage that you've been saying about me. Put out your little diss track or whatever. That's what Drake threw out there. I guess for a Spade reference, he threw out the King of Clubs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then Kendrick was like, well, I don't like you in general. So he cut in clubs. Now here go the 3 of Spades, nigga. Here, bah. And I do think if we're doing push-ups, even though I do like push-ups. So, but contrary to what many people are saying, the Pac Snoop Drake thing, I like that record. I like that record. And I didn't think it was as blasphemous and as all up and down as people need to be about it. It's just creative. Hey, look, if he would have did a Pac and Snoop impersonation and did the record, did the same rap, I still would have liked it. I didn't think it was any better or worse with the words and using AI. Let people use technology. Let them use the way they want it. People use auto-tune to say a bunch of bullshit. Like, let Drake use the Snoop and Pac voice, nigga. Like, it ain't that ill to me. Like, it wasn't that like, oh, he should have did that. All that made it garbage. Because you take the voices off, what he's saying was still hard to me. I like that. And then you got Drake. I mean, I'm sorry, then you got Kendrick. Kendrick hops on the joint, the Euphoria joint. Just look, hey, bro, I don't like you. I'll dish you for this. Pharrell, like he speaks to the Diddy, he speaks to Pusha T, he speaks to just him and Cole. Hey, listen, man. When he said he competing with women, he was like, when you see yourself in Sexy Red, I think you see two bad bitches. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. And you know, that's my man LP here telling me who's up, Drake or K Dot. And you got Kendrick up 1-0. You know what? I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Because to be honest, if I go back all the way to 2013, I feel like, man, if this is a 7-game series, we 3-3, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't, even though Control wasn't meant to be a diss track, I still think the language is a fire song. I think that's super dope. And I didn't really hear anything that Kendrick put out in totality as a song or a verse that was really effing with the language off Nothing Was the Same. But now fast forward, right? Because so much has dropped between 2013 to now 2024. You got Like That, you got Push-Ups, you got the whatever the Pac Snoop Drake joint is. I don't know the name of it, and I apologize. I'm drawing a blank right now. It's been a long week and day. All right. And then we got the Euphoria joint. Now look, here's what's real. Everything that I didn't necessarily love about Like That, the Future and Kendrick Lamar joint, even though it grew on me with time, and just the way that everybody behaved about the record. It's not that it's not a dope record. I just didn't think it was like that stunning for a diss track. But again, I grew up in a different time. I grew up in a very different time, guys. I'm on my 4th decade of life. You dig what I'm saying? So everything doesn't just sound so scathing to me. I thought it was dope, but it didn't really like tilt the scales. But at the same time, Push-Ups, I didn't think that was super scathing to me. I just thought it was a great response. Everybody's trying to make fight analogies about jab this, jab that. It's like, no, it's just dope rap records coming out to me. I thought nothing more of it than that. I didn't think everything, I don't think a lot of things are worthy of a response unless you actually, again, out rap or out hate somebody. I said this weeks ago. Rap battles are won by either the best lyricist or the best hater. Like, can I out rap you or can I out hate you? And I was one of the people that was on the fence. I didn't really think Kendrick could out rap Drake, but he is out hating him because the hate is real. Because I think Drake really does like Kendrick Lamar. I really think he want to be friends with dude. I think he would much rather make music with Kendrick, go on tour with Kendrick, and screw some of his fans. That's what I think Drake would rather do. I don't think he wants to do this at all. But here we are. So he got a decision to make. You dig what I'm saying? He has a decision to make. And now it's up. Drake has to respond Drake has to respond like he either really wants smoke or like he really don't. That's what it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? Have we gone too far for them to bow out? I don't know. Um, I'm so tired of the excuse of, yo, that ain't worthy of a response, or I said what I had to say and I'm done. It's like, it's sounding to me like your clip is empty, bro. You need to talk to state property. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to Beans, Free, Young Chris. Like, they had thousands of bars for anybody that hung around Nas, let alone him. And you know what I'm saying? Anybody else that wanted to get into the beef with Dis and Hove. But that's not the time we live in anymore. Also, man, again, this is going to be an interesting rap battle because we know nobody's going to, quote, die from it, right? And I don't mean physically, but like lyrically or career-wise. You know, there will be no more LL Cannabis situations. There will be no more 50 Cent Ja Rule situations. You know, there won't even be lopsided, you know, victories or lopsided duels like KRS-One versus Nelly. Like, it just will never be that lopsided. And this is and that's what makes this so interesting. For the first time in hip hop ever, we're going to see two men engage in battle, and they're both going to just go back to their respective corners. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to, I don't think nobody loses in this. There's not going to be a clear loser because you got two guys that are at the top of their respective classes, and the world already loves them. They're already hundreds of millions of records sold. They're already hundreds of millions of dollars earned on tours. They've got their classics to their audiences. They've done the features. They've broken the ground. They've broken the records. Like, it's literally the dream match that everybody gets to just experience and just like move on. It's almost like it's like a 2K simulator, you know, because even when Nas and Jay went at it, it was this thought that maybe Nas ain't got it no more. You know, that's not what you're getting with this. I don't think, no matter how you feel about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, no matter how you feel about Certified Lover Boy or, you know, any other Drake albums that have dropped in the last like year and a half, nobody has really sat there and said, you know what? I don't think they got it no more. That's not what's happening here. You dig what I'm saying? So, if I really did have to pick a person to be up, to be honest, just off energy alone, because it is an energy thing at the end of the day, gotta go Kendrick Lamar, man. I gotta go Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar guy, he really has the people. It's one of those things where, you know, because I was on the I hate Mayweather train in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I was on the train. I was like, yo, I don't like dude. I hate the fact that he plays so defensively, and he just rather not get hit, and he rather counterpunch, right? So I'm just waiting for somebody to knock him on his ass, right? Never happens. Right now, we're seeing what would happen if Mayweather gets knocked down twice in round 5. You know what I'm saying? And they were tied on the scorecards. That's how I'm looking at this. You know, I do think it's great for the culture also, Pop. I'll say that again, this is how battle rap should be. You know, because I hated being alienated because I still wanted to listen to Cannabis after LL dissed him. You know? Like, I hated the fact that, you know, people were trying to make me pick sides for Takeover versus Ether. It's like, oh, you can't buy a Blueprint and still mad. I guess I can. I listen to all rap music. I buy every album. You know, I was never the biggest Ja Rule fan, but you would have thought I was crazy for acknowledging that he put out a dope record once Get Rich or Die Trying had dropped. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't gonna happen here. The stands are gonna stand. But where we sit right now in music and in culture, everybody wins. Your favorite rapper, no matter who that is about to get busy. The pressure is on Drake, though. And this is why the pressure is on Drake. I only sip some more water. I'm sorry I sound crazy, but it's hip hop. We got to talk about it. The pressure is not on Drake to respond fast. The pressure is not on Drake to, respond, like, I guess, really salaciously or angry. The pressure on Drake is to out rap Kendrick Lamar now, which I didn't think was going to be the issue. Everything that I thought like that was lacking as far as his verse, man, did he up the ante on Euphoria. And now we got a situation here, right, where Drake has been toying around, He ain't really got himself back to 2011, 2012, 2013. We ain't heard that Drake in a minute. So now 2011 to 2013, Drake has to show up because 2011, 2013, Drake can out rap Kendrick Lamar, bar none. I don't want to hear it. I am not here for the discussion. If you think the guy that dropped Take Care and Nothing Was the Same can't out rap Kendrick Lamar at any given day, I implore you to listen to what's happening. Even the sucker stuff. Like, Drake really gets busy, but now he really has to get busy. There's so much, there's only so much baiting that we can do with, oh, I know something about you, or I can reveal these things. It's like, no, but who about to rap better, though? You know what I'm saying? The raps gotta be better. To be clear, Back to Back did what it did because Meek didn't formulate a proper response. He tried to back Kendrick, and look what Kendrick just did to him. So now you really got to come out like you really on that shit. You really got to come out here and get to the bar work, or else people will start to look at Drake really funny. It's like, oh, wait, hold on. You can't hip hoppity bop, pop record your way out of this one. It's going to take more than a fire hook to get past a lot of these bars, these 6 minutes of bars that happen. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I want to hear more from both gentlemen. I'm curious to what Drake is going to do now. I really am. I'm really curious because the pressure is on. Drake no longer has the luxury of dueling with somebody that has a smaller fan base that's expecting him to be as street or more street, and a person that is going to take his time with a quality response. Not saying that a lot of like your Common and Diddy and Tory Lanez and Meek Mill, I'm not saying that these guys are all Glass Joe, right? I'm not saying that. But what I definitely am saying is, it was a very lopsided matchups. When you got all the belts, but you sparring, or not sparring, but your next prize fight is with the rank 17 fighter instead of the rank 3 fighter. We started to look at that a little differently. Drake has to up the ante. The lyrical fitness has to be there. The Drake that I expect to show up better show up. Or this potentially gets bad. But hey, I'm here for that too. Because Kendrick went nuts. Hey, look, if all I needed was for Kendrick Lamar to just think about how he doesn't like Drake to get the best raps that I feel I've heard from him in a while, I'm here for it. Again, I love the strategy of starting with my latest and greatest inspiration to sample. I don't know how people hate the beginning of this track. That's fire to me. Put it together in your mind and then go listen to the Teddy P song. Like, everything about that is like, wow, even that is a diss to Drake. Like, yo, I'm about to take some of the softest, most beautiful music ever written and just be real calmly, just give you some truth. And then I'm gonna beat your head right in, pause if necessary. It's dope, man. Hey, Kendrick went nuts, bro. I love it. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. It's 30 minutes in. My voice feels bad. Like my throat feels bad. Pause. I'd love to know y'all thoughts. I got more thoughts. I need to get some sleep. I need to get some food. Man, made in 1980s podcast up with 7 episodes in. Episode 8 dropping this Friday. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. We appreciate it. The numbers went down. Don't fake support me. Go listen to it myself. Wang dang doodle, man. We are bringing great conversation for all 80s babies, all right? Or if you was just the man in the 80s, it's for you too, or the woman, because you know you can be somebody whether you're a man or a woman, all right? Man, until next time, thank you for tuning in to Just Another Rap Nerd and His Opinion, man. And know that it's always love